great Bobby Belt?
Bobby knows ball. Hey, let's talk ball. We're the ball knowers and we just talk ball.
How can you not be romantic about sunny and 75? Let's talk about it here in Below the Belt, which is brought to you by Window Nation and D&M Leasing. We will be in Oxnard, California very shortly here in just about, I think we leave, we're going to leave here in like 3 weeks, something like that.
You're doing an Oxnard preview 3 weeks out?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I'll see you in Oxnard.
Well, because I'm not going to be here for the whole week leading up to Oxnard.
Oh.
So that's I got to fit in all the preview that I can now. So, no, this is something that came up a couple days ago where we were talking about how when we get out to Oxnard, or when you're in practice in general, you always have the same thing. It's like, who should I be looking out for? Who should I be watching? Or where are my eyes going to be focused? And who's going to have most of my attention when we're at those practices? And so it made me start thinking, and I came up with the list of the 10 players that I'm most going to be watching. The 5 on offense, 5 on defense, the guys that I'm most interested in seeing and keeping an eye on while we're out there at practice. Before I start running through names here, who stands out immediately as the guys you want to watch while you're there? Caleb's number one.
Caleb.
Every single practice, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the number one for fans. Everybody's just going to have eyes on him, which is, I can't remember, even when Micah was here, I don't think Micah was like the guy people watched most of the time. He was one of them, but people would always watch Dak or see what other people were doing. For it to be a safety, that tells you the hype levels.
And I may get bored with it very quickly. I'm not saying he's going to be must-see every single day. I don't know. But I wanna start watching and following. Well, sorry, corner.
Yes, Chop. Same one.
That's the easy one. I always want to watch the quarterbacks, but
you're gonna have eyes on Joe Milton.
There's not much. I don't need to watch any of Dak.
Are we putting Joe Milton on the list this year? By the way,
of what?
Of interviews. If KNC doesn't steal him, are we gonna give Choppy a chance to slobber all over Joe and tell me about that pass he made into the third row of the stands at Neyland?
Maybe on the field after practice interview.
There we go.
How good Joe is.
He's
entertaining.
Yeah, he's entertaining. I think sometimes there are people around who are like, Joe, don't say that. Don't you don't have to volunteer that information right there.
I remember he threw an orange out of the stadium one time. That was cool.
All right, so these are the top 10 guys.
Did he throw it out?
I tried to. It was on video. But, you can never tell anymore where they fake.
Yeah, that's true. AI can do it. There's somebody AI'd a video of me this morning, for instance.
Being on time?
Yep. Yeah. Well, actually,
6?
It was the stoppage time. It was honor of the World Cup, just like Artemio said when he put that video up. All right. 10 players, 5 on defense, 5 on offense. And actually, I'm technically cheating. It's 10 people, not 10 players. Number 1, DeMarvion Overshown. I want to see a lot of this is going to be not only who am I excited to see and what they're doing, it's going to be how are they moving. In fact, the first 2 are going to be injury guys. It's DeMarvion Overshown and it's Donovan Ezeraku. The fact that Ezeraku was as hyped up as he was last year and as hyped up as he's been going into the offseason is like, hey, we got him. That's one of the reasons why we didn't have to go out there and have some heavy pursuit of adding all these different guys. We got old Donovan Ezeraku. And then DeMarvion Overshown, obviously, when he was at that home run derby a couple weeks ago and he had that quote where he's like, essentially was talking about, I'm the best linebacker in the NFL. I know it. That's how I feel. So I'm going to go out there and show it. Okay, I need to see that you're moving okay. Because you did not look, I need to see if that was rust or if that was some sort of new physical limitation that just exists for you. But Donovan Ezeraku and DeMarvion Overshown way high up on the list to see how they're recovering. Because Ezeraku with that hip surgery that he had, that's concerning to me. Like when you're talking about a young edge rusher already needing work done on their hip, that can be terrifying. Number 3 is Caleb Downs, obviously. Downs is going to be a guy that I think you will get bored of it at times, and you'll probably drift and watch other things. But where he's going to be at his best, I think, when you're going to be intrigued by him is when you hear him. Because he talks a lot. He talks more there than he talks apparently in front of a microphone. That he wants to communicate to guys and he wants to hold guys accountable. And he'll be a trash talker. Like we're not going to have the Diggs moment of shut your BA up like we did with Dak and Diggs a few years ago. But he'll be for sure a talker. And I think what you're going to see is him floating around the defensive formation, and what will stand out also will be how much he's directing. Because I think he's going to be a big part of putting guys where they are. Number 4, it's not a player. It's more a object. And that's the green dot. I'm going to be following the green dot, wherever that is. I want to see who's got it on. I want to see who it's switching between, who's calling stuff on defense, how they're approaching it. I think early on that will be overshown right now, is what it seemed to be hinting at when they were talking. But I very easily could see guys in the nickel having it too. So it could be Downs, it could be Jalen Thompson, it could be whoever, Kobe Durant if he slides in there. I think the green dot's going to be one of it. And then the other one is Christian Parker. I'm just interested to see how he runs and how much he's in control and what he's doing. And I didn't have this feeling last year with Schottenheimer. Like, I wasn't super interested in seeing how he was operating with the practice, even though I knew he was in charge and it was the first time or whatever. This to me felt different. It's going to be more Parker showing, all right, how much help do you look like you need? How much are you willing to delegate? Because that's one of the big highlights everybody keeps underlining with him is his delegation. That he hired people he trusts, and he tells them, I trust you to do this. That's why I brought you in. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, Shotty had run an offense several times. My only question with Shotty was, how does he control a game, which we wouldn't be able to tell in training camp.
And was he going to be conservative? We were worried about his Seattle stain.
Yep. And
R2P2.
Ground and pound, right, with the Jets and R2P2. So those were things, how he ran a practice wasn't really going to be on my list. I agree with you. Like, I want to see, how he commands. It's hard to say how he commands a room because it's not a room, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you can see how he's running things.
It'll look different than any practice you've seen defenses do. Like, when you're out there, you'll see them running drills that you're like, I've never seen them run that out here in 15 years or whatever it is. So he operates things a little bit differently. He puts things in process that other defensive coordinators have not, from Dan Quinn to Rod Marinelli or whoever. Just other guys don't run things exactly the same way that he does. And so I think it'll at least give you something new to look at, something interesting, some interesting angle that hasn't existed before. 5 on offense. Number 1, these are going to be a little bit more periphery names on a lot of these. Michael Trigg. Michael Trigg is the Baylor tight end, the undrafted free agent. Every year they end up with an undrafted free agent tight end. Luke Schoonmaker's been put on watch. If it was not for some troubling issues off the field that teams were aware of when he was coming out, Michael Trigg would have been drafted. He would not have gone undrafted. He would have ended up with the team probably in the 5th round or something like that. So he's somebody who absolutely has an ability to make this roster and is the most different of all the tight ends they have. He's vertical. Like, when we talk about these vertical seam threat tight ends and the Cowboys not really having one because Ferguson doesn't play that style, Michael Trigg is somebody who absolutely is a seam threat tight end and is somebody who wants to go vertical and run those routes. Next one here, Tyler Guyton. And this would just obviously be left tackle in general. But Tyler Guyton is going to be a big focus, not only in the way that he's playing and in the rotations that he's in, but also in, I think, his demeanor and the way that he's holding up to when he's getting subbed out. And I think they want to see various things about him in terms of the mental makeup that tell them, all right, he's grown up, or he's finding consistency, or he's doing whatever. And we did you see the Cowboys? They were doing their promotional photos yesterday of all the guys, like the various stadium videos. And they got the Spider-Man pointing meme at all 3 Tylers. And so the Tylers are all pointing at each other. So if he's included in that, and Cooper Beebe put him in his starting offensive line in his wedding photo, I think he's tipping off that's going to be your guy right there.
Well, his name's Tyler. That's why he was in it.
Yeah, but you got a TJ Bass. I think he might be a Tyler. Maybe. I'm not sure. But he's.
You think that's the T is?
I just assume, because that's how they
see.
What
are the
guys.
options? Thomas, Timmy,
Timothy, John. Huh? No, not Terrence.
Travis.
No, that's
Travis.
It was Travis. It's Travis. TJ.
I would just change it to Tyler to increase my chances of making the roster. All right, next one here, Jaden Blue. Ugh. And Blue is, running backs are ones that it's, Shotty talked about this. It's so difficult to get a read on a running back in these sort of practices because you can't tackle, you can't really block. Like, there's all these different things. Until you get on padded practices, you won't be able to see much. But Jaden Blue, the first day they're in pads, he's the first one I'm watching. Is in pads. How is he playing? What situations are they using him in? Is he asked to do any pass protection stuff? Or is he out there showing juice and showing the ability? And then the next 2 are obviously the big names. Number 1 is George Pickens. They're one of these last 2, George Pickens, because Pickens, to me, again, that's going to be more of a body language watch. because everybody's going to be watching that this year wondering, is he fully committed? Is he upset about anything? He hasn't looked upset when he's been out there the little bit that we've seen during the off seasons. He looks like he's bought in, he's ready to go, and that he's completely fine or accepting at least of what the situation is, and it doesn't bug him. How much, at this point with the deadline being today on George Pickens, how much are you buying into his genuine comfort with, yeah, okay, I understand I got to do this, versus he's just playing politics?
Well, I think it's both. I don't think it's any different. He's playing politics, and he knows he has to do it. So, same.
I don't know that he's playing. I would say he's playing politics,
or just needing to keep up appearances.
He knows every other player that put up his year would have gotten the contract they wanted. He knows what he has to do.
I mean, obviously,
and whether he does it or not is a different story.
It wasn't putting up the same season, but I mean, Cook's had a really good year and couldn't get a deal, and we've obviously seen guys.
Was he older?
Yeah, and like obviously we saw stuff with AB, and then number one is Dak Prescott, or the quarterback situation in general. But mainly, I want to see how much again is Dak in control, and how much is Dak calling things at the line of scrimmage, from what Nate Tice had called last year, or what was it, a couple weeks ago while you were out, Sean. Nate Tice named him the fourth best play caller on offense in the NFL behind Ben Johnson, Kyle Shanahan, and Sean McVay. Said that Brian Schottenheimer was that. So a lot of glowing praise there.
Your list is boring. Not enough time to get to mine. Downs and Parker, super high up. Bland, over Schoen, I agree. I want to see Rashawn Gary and Malachi. I actually want to see a little bit of Barham, whether he's this psychopath killer that I think he is. Jaden, I agree with. And I want to see Quinnen Williams. Watching a lot of these New York Jets, hard knock stuff, Quinnen Williams is always out there dominating. Let's see him in Oxnard up close to see how truly great he really is. So that's my list. Better than yours.
No Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark's supposed to be the stud.
No.
This is why you made all the moves you did, is because I am going to be. I want to see if they're protecting Kenny Clark is what I want to see. If they're doing anything to give him cover and fire, because Christian Parker's given him a lot of it so far.